Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to prepare and ace a job interview. In case you didn't know, we spend approximately 1/3 of our lives working. Andrew Neighbor, who is an industrial and organizational psychologist and also a former student at Gettysburg College, did a study that was then published by News at Gettysburg, found that people spend an average of 90,000 hours at work over the course of our lifetime. So this is why job interviews are so important, because if we're going to be spending that much time at work, we should really be liking what we're doing for our careers. I find this something very important because I go on job interviews. Everyone's going to go on job interviews. So I have experience and I've spoken with people who've been on plenty of interviews as well. So I think it's helpful that everyone gets as much information about this topic as possible so that we can all be successful in our futures. Now, a few things that we're going to be talking about is being mentally prepared, looking the part and bringing the correct materials with you to a job interview, and also the interview itself, answering the questions, getting through it. As I said, we're going to start with being mentally prepared. Now, something that you want to do is know the job you're applying for. That's an obvious thing. It's very important. You have to make sure that you're qualified for the job which you're applying for. But another thing that is so important that really makes you stand out during an interview is knowing the company which you're applying for. Interviewers love that when you know the company and you have a general idea of what they're about. Something else that we can do to mentally prepare for an interview is practice. You can practice by yourself, you can practice with friends, get some generic interview questions, have someone ask you and give you feedback about how you're answering these questions. And another great thing that we can do as college students is go to our career center and set up an appointment to have someone from our college sit us down and actually do a mock interview with us. And obviously the last thing is to go in with a positive attitude. Before the interview even starts, you want to make sure that you're putting out a positive attitude and confidence so that it reflects on you once you're in the interview itself. Something else we're going to be talking about is looking the part and bringing those materials with you to an interview that you might need to help you excel in the interview process. Obviously, you want to look business casual or business attire, depending on what you're applying for and what they ask of you. So as you can see, I'm wearing black slacks, a neutral colored shirt, and then a blazer. Simple, neutral colors, not anything too flashy, but still looking professional and put together, because that's the first thing that an interviewer is going to notice about you is your appearance, and that's very important because that first impression is what they're going to judge you on for the rest of the interview. And then you want to bring materials with you that might be relevant later. You might want to bring an extra resume. You might want to bring your list of references and further information about yourself that you might need to further yourself through the application process. Now, going into the interview itself, as I said, first impressions are incredibly important. You want to make sure you look put together, but you want to make sure you have a smile on your face and that you look happy and confident and that you're excited to be there in that interview. And then another crucial thing is a firm and good handshake. That is always important. Interviewers are always looking for that strong handshake. Now, you want to keep your answers that you're being asked relevant to the job and the company in which you're applying for. You don't want to go off on tangents about yourself and give more information than you need to. Something very important as well is you don't want to say any negative comments about previous employers, because that's one thing that usually they'll ask you during an interview is why you're leaving your previous employment location. And you don't want to ever say that you were dissatisfied or you had a bad time at a job. You just want to say that you're ready to move on to the next step and further your career. And another great thing to bring with you is follow-up questions that you can ask your interviewer about the company, but not generic things that you can find about their website. It makes you seem like you really care about this job and that you're interested and knowledgeable and ready to go. Now, we've gone over being mentally prepared, we've gone over looking the part, bringing the right materials, and we've talked about the interview itself. It can simply be broken down into knowing the necessary information that you need, having a good attitude, and making a great first impression. We only get better at job interviews by practicing and going on interviews themselves. So I really hope that this gives everyone a better understanding of being prepared as possible to really stand out in job interviews, because it is so important for everyone in our lives. So I wish you all the best of luck in your future interviews, and I hope that this speech has helped you.